Hi, welcome again. My name is Hughson. This is another in the series of the 4 essential AI skills you need to have in 2025. All right, so today we're dealing with the skill of being able to build AI agents. This is the most exciting one for me because it this is the powerhouse of what's going on in AI and where we're actually going towards, which is having agents that can do pretty much everything we can do. It's scary for some, but for others, it's an exciting prospect. All right, so before we dig into it, I would like to kind of cover where things are at right now and where things are going with it. And just to give you a better understanding of agents, because it can be quite confusing and hard to really pin down what exactly is an AI agent. So as a definition, an AI agent is a digital assistant that can think, decide, and act on its own to complete a task. But if we drill down a bit deeper, now what we covered before, automations, sometimes get referred to as though you're building an agent, but really you're building a non-agentic automation. So this is where, as my notes here have, a trigger is initiated and a series of tasks are completed, and there's like minimal revision or refinements to the end result. But we move into the realm of agentic automation when the agent now breaks the task down into stages: planning, research, drafting, revising, right? And it does the majority of the work, but we as humans guide it along. So this is where we're at right now. Now, the goal that we're striving for is to have completely autonomous agents where they're fully independent. They can even determine, look at scenarios, look at situations, and determine what needs to be done, what tools we needed, all without human involvement. So we're not there yet, but that's where we're heading towards. So I'm going to go a bit deeper now into how do we go about setting up agentic automation? How do they actually work? So it thinks, it plans, it acts, it checks, and reports. So the thinking and the planning and the acting, that's similar to the automation part. Now the checking, it will check and see the task that was requested. Did it actually happen? Is there an issue? So this is where reporting happens. So there's deeper involvement with the agent now than just a simple automation. Now, the big picture view, the user gives the input, the agent breaks it down into steps and uses the tools that in order to achieve the goal. And then it remembers what happened and gives results back to the user. Now, the memory of what has happened is also an important part because that allows it to become better and better at what it's doing. So what are the 5 core things to understand? Goals plus tools equals the behavior, right? So an agent needs goals, like as I have here, book a Zoom call, right? Or, you know, summarize an email and give me a report. Now, it uses tools like Google Search, it uses APIs, ChatGPT. So that's the goals and the tools. Now, you as a user define both. Here's what you do, and here's how you can do it. So that's the goals plus tools equal the behavior part. LLMs are the brain. So this is where having a foundation in prompt engineering becomes so important because now you can shape what brain is running this agent. And that really boils down to how your prompting is. Loops and memory, well, that goes right back to that it has a memory, it thinks, it decides, it acts, and then it repeats. But it's able to pull from its memory to improve how it thinks and what it decides and how it acts. So again, the non-agentic automations are very linear. When you get into the agentic world, it starts to become circular with using memory to think to iterate and get better. Tools and APIs, well, the tools like Google Search, Google Sheets, Airtable, there are so many tools. And most of the tools use APIs, so you need to understand how to use APIs properly and how to connect them, how to connect the APIs to the platforms, etc. And the fifth part, using frameworks. So frameworks like Make and ChatGPT, which are no-code frameworks, that's a place to start. But the moment you want to dig deeper in and do more complex or more exact agents that can operate in a more exact manner as to how you prescribe, you start to get more into things like LangChain and AutoGen and Crew AI, when you start to want to use multiple agents and teams of agents and so forth. So, you can start really simple and then gradually build and have teams of agents. Where should you start? Play with existing agents, right? ChatGPT has agents, plugins. Um, play with those existing agents. Learn basic Python. It's not something you really necessarily need to jump on right away, but it is something you need to start getting your skills up with Python. Try LangChain tutorials. Build simple agents that can do 1, 2, 3 tasks. So the hardest part isn't really the AI, right? It's actually it's figuring out how to break down real world things in a way that computers can understand. So start simple and build. You would hear me saying that over and over. Start simple. So beginner-friendly tools like LangChain, it's like Lego blocks for AI agents, right? AutoGPT has like pre-built agents that you can customize. Same for Crew AI. What you need to learn. Well, we already covered, you should be getting on the Python thing. JSON. Uh, JSON, you should really jump on right away. It's not extremely complicated, but it's very helpful in structuring your data in a way that is very easy for the GPTs to understand and so forth. There's a cheat sheet here. Cheat sheet here. I love those because with all this information, sometimes it's nice to just have in one place the core information you need so you can get at it and you don't have to keep what about this again? What about that again? It's right there for you. So that's it for now. That's the basics of what you need to know to be able to get started with AI agents. Put comments, ask questions, DM me. I'll send you these notes. I'll answer any questions you have. I will be going deeper into each of these topics eventually, but what I'm doing right now is giving you a basic overview of each of these skills so that you can get started, play with it a bit, but I'll go back through all these skills again and drill down deeper and have tutorials and so forth. So looking forward to doing that for you. Looking forward to answering your questions. Like, subscribe, comment, DM. Have a good one.